Good morning and welcome to the last day of campaigning before the general election tomorrow. I'm going to answer a couple of questions and comments that have come up on Twitter and Facebook since I posted my video yesterday. Now, I'm John Whitby. I'm the candidate in Northwest Cambridgeshire for UKIP. And I keep being asked, well, UKIP, what are you going to do when you win the general election? Or being told that UKIP won't win the general election. Now, we're pragmatic. We're realists. We know full well UKIP will not form the next government. There is not a cat in hell's chance of that. But what we can do is help form part of a good opposition. And that's absolutely crucial in this country, that we have an effective opposition. Otherwise, democracy realistically doesn't exist until every 5 years. And the one thing about UKIP is it does not, with one exception, hold entrenched views. The other parties in opposition, they will not agree with the government, no matter how good a suggestion might be, if it's come from the other side. And one of the things that I've found being on the council is exactly the same playground politics works there too. If something has come up from the opposition or from the ruling party, the other side will not accept it. That's not our way. Our way is to look at everything that's given to us and look at it in a pragmatic way. Is it achievable? Is it good? Is it right for the people of this country and for this country itself? And if the answer is yes, you support it. You may want to amend it slightly, but you support it. So let's get that one out of the way. We are not going to be in government. We want to be effective opposition, and opposition is going to be needed. Sitting on the city council here, I can see the cuts we've already had, that we've had to deal with over the last few years. The cuts that are coming up are going to be as bad, if not worse. We are going to see problems with the police force. We're going to see problems with education, with adult social care, with health care. The whole mix is under threat. Bear in mind, these are the people so far that have cut about 20,000 from police force numbers over recent years, 30,000 from the army, thousands out of the prison service. These are all absolutely crucial for the future of this country. We need to invest in this country's future. We need to invest in the security of this country, whether it's the military or the civil forces, such as the police. And listening to some of the other parties out there who are claiming what wonderful things they've done when they've cut like with a very, very sharp knife, or that we don't need these things anyway, it doesn't leave much choice of where to go. UKIP wants to do this differently, and in opposition we would push and push very, very hard to make sure that the government of the day actually delivers what's needed for the people of this country. If you live here, if you work here, if you pay your taxes here, we want to support you. We want to support you 100%. And in order to do that, we need to make sure that the tax that you pay, that I pay already, is used in this country. If we can cut 9 billion from the 13.5 billion that's going overseas every year in foreign aid, and let's face it, we've been giving foreign aid for many, many, many years, and it doesn't actually achieve what it should. A lot of it gets lost in corruption and going into the back pockets of various people. What we need to do, and what we can't do while we're part of the EU, is to develop trade links with these nations so they trade their way out of poverty and not given handouts that they then become reliant upon. We need to make a difference. And in Northwest Cambridgeshire, we can. We need to overturn a 19,000 majority. But that means getting 12,000 of you who didn't vote UKIP in 2015 to vote UKIP now. If we can get in instead of Sayeshvara, we can send a very strong message to the government of the day that UKIP are here. Watch your back, because we will be watching what you're doing. We want you to do what's right for this country and the people here. So, if you're thinking of voting Labour but you're not sure, vote UKIP. We will support the working people of this country. We will support the services. If you're thinking of voting Conservative but you're not sure, vote UKIP, because we also will look after the taxpayer. We'll look after the pensioners. We will work on keeping the services that have been cut and making sure that no further cuts come along. And above all, we work for you and for this country. Tomorrow is a very important day. Yesterday was D-Day. Tomorrow is E-Day, election. Please go out and vote. Think about it carefully, and hopefully I will get your support.